In a quiet mountain village, surrounded by towering peaks and lush green forests, the sun rises on a brand new day. This is where Kian and his loyal dog, Rusty, call home. Kian, 10 years old and full of curiosity, packs his bag for an adventure. His golden dog, Rusty, wags his tail eagerly, ready to follow wherever Kian leads. The two friends set out along a winding path through the woods, the air filled with birdsong and the scent of pine. Soon, they hear the rushing sound of water and find themselves standing before a wide mountain river, its icy current sparkling in the sunlight. There was no bridge, only a fallen tree stretched across the current. Its bark was slick and mossy, but it seemed like their only way to cross. Kian knelt down to inspect the log, brushing away some of the moss. "It looks tricky, Rusty," he said. Rusty barked as if to say, "We've got this." Rusty was the first to test the log, his paws gripping the surface carefully. He looked back at Kian, his tail wagging, encouraging him to follow. With arms outstretched for balance, Kian stepped onto the log. The sound of the rushing water below reminded him just how important it was to stay steady. A sudden gust of wind blew Kian's hat off his head and into the water. He wobbled for a moment, teetering on the edge. "Whoa!" he gasped. Rusty stood firm, his paws planted like anchors. He looked back at Kian with calm, steady eyes, as if to say, "You can do it." Taking a deep breath, Kian steadied himself. "Thanks, Rusty," he said, regaining his courage and focus. Finally, they reached the far side of the river. Kian jumped down onto the grassy bank, laughing. Rusty leaped after him, wagging his tail triumphantly. Beyond the river was a small hill. Kian and Rusty climbed it, their excitement growing with every step. At the top, they saw it, a hidden meadow bursting with wildflowers and butterflies. It was like stepping into a dream. Kian and Rusty ran through the meadow, leaving trails in the tall grass. Laughter and happy barks filled the air. Butterflies fluttered all around them, landing gently on flowers. Kian reached out a hand, watching as one rested on his fingertips. Tired but happy, they found a shady spot under a tree. Its branches stretched wide, offering the perfect place to rest. Kian pulled out his sandwiches and gave Rusty a piece of cheese, his favorite treat. They enjoyed their meal, surrounded by the beauty of the meadow. As the sun dipped behind the mountains, the meadow glowed golden orange and the shadows grew long. It was a moment neither of them would forget. With hearts full of joy, Kian and Rusty began their journey back home, their silhouettes framed by the soft light of the setting sun. Together they had conquered the river and discovered something magical.